May I help you?
A dry martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Certainly, Commander Bond.
I think the idea of returning to the original 1960s Bond series was something that the team had talked about for a long time. The fans talked about, that we kept hearing people wanting to see. But it really came together this year when we were able to contact and talk to Sean Connery, and he agreed to be a part of it. I mean, once you get him on board and he's helping you out, I mean, that's the start of a great game.
I'm absolutely thrilled to be playing James Bond again.
May I help you?
A dry martini. Shaken, not stirred.
Having Connery in the game has affected the game's design in the fighting style. He was more of a brawler. You know, he grabbed the characters and threw them to the ground.
It'll be interesting to go back to the physicality of one-on-one.
We've also used the way that he held the gun and, of course, what he wore.
Which subconsciously tells you so much about a movie whenever you see it.
In the game, we spent a lot of time making sure the characters came to life. Of course, it goes without saying that special attention was paid to getting Sean Connery just right. It's one of the best-looking digital characters you're going to find in a video game today.
The eye, good. The mouth is good. In fact, this looks better than the original. Oh, I'm madly in love with him.
There's a real excitement to going back to the roots of James Bond, going back to the early 60s. We're doing something that people thought they would never see, bringing back the original James Bond, Sean Connery. He hasn't been in a video game before.
This is my debut.
And it's the first time in years that he's played James Bond again.
I don't think it's dated at all. To go back to the 60s, this will be something almost like starting all over again.
My reading of the British mentality is that they always see a threat as a challenge. And then you can avenge the death of our Dr. No.
And for my next miracle?
You're going to need a miracle, James, to explain where you've been all week.
Oh, Moneypenny, let me tell you the secret of the world.
You'll have time for that later, 007. Step into my office immediately.
Good morning, 007.
Oh, good morning, Q. How have you been? Busy inventing things?
Not as busy as you've been destroying them. Follow me, 007, and try not to break anything.
It so happens that From Russia with Love was the favorite Bond film for me because I like the idea of the story.
In From Russia with Love, a beautiful Russian agent named Tatiana has a Russian decoding machine called the Lecter, and she's going to hand it over to James Bond.
And it sounds like a trap.
Well, obviously it's a trap. And the bait is a cipher machine, a brand new Lector.
Lector, no less. The CIA's been after one of those for years.
Yes, so have we.
In building From Russia with Love, it was really important that we faithfully recreated the environments, the action sequences, and the characters that made this movie so great. Everything from the hedge maze to the Orient Express.
There's a gypsy camp. One goes out to Turkey, to Istanbul, which is a kind of satellite base for the Russians.
And all the great characters like Tatiana, Karen Bay, of course, as well as M and Moneypenny and Q. Actually, From Russia with Love marks the first appearance of Desmond Llewellyn as Q. He would go on to play this role in 16 more Bond films.
Follow me, 007, and try not to break anything.
Working against Bond, we have Rosa Klebb, and one of the classic Bond villains in Robert Shaw's Red Grant.
My orders are to kill you and deliver the Lecter. How I do it's my business.
His character, oh yes, marvelous. Very, very well drawn and formidable presence, and he was physically very strong.
The game follows the movie very closely. It's a great story, it's a classic story, so we have to tell it. At the same time, we wanted to expand on the world of the film, to give something new to the players, a director's cut, if you will. The challenge in creating this new material was to stay true to the authentic 60s feel of the Connery Bond films. And it's all about the details, the sense of style, the costuming, the vehicles, the weapons, the music.
I'm very interested to see what the end result is. Obviously, I'm hoping it's going to be as successful as the movie was.
James, my friend, how nice to see you.
Karen Bay. It's been too long. Interesting car. Limited edition?
Your man Q sent it ahead. warned me not to touch any of the buttons.
You were wise to take his advice. Otherwise, you might not live to regret it.
Come. They're waiting for us at Station T.
I'll drive.
Who are you?
The name is Bond. James Bond.